Yo, how's it going everyone? It's that time once again. We are back for the Dokkan early stream. How's everyone doing today? Jaren, Bringer, Drace, The Border, Anto, how's it going? Oh yeah, I don't know if you saw, I guess you can just tell me here, or you can reply in the thing. I replied to your message, your comment about Night Rain in the Discord, Drace. Yeah, Therix, how's it going?
Alright, let's do this.
Grinding free-to-play guys just cause. Oh, what, the, like the, just like farmable currency ones. Keeping well, how are you? Yeah, good. And so good to hear. Yeah, doing well. Nice and early on a Sunday morning. It keeps kicking me while I'm down. I'm trying to keep going. Oh, well, that's sucks to hear, but yeah, keep going. Hopefully things will turn around. That's all you can do, really. We naming things we don't like. What? How can you not like monkeys? Oh yeah, Apathy, are you happy to be reunited with Anto as the Warriors without memberships? Piccolo's still got 2 links to go. Oh, nice, so you're done. Can't believe he's got 6 links. What a terrible unit. First troll, what, as in, like, a teammate being terrible on purpose or something? Because yeah, now that I played quite a bit yesterday with Sora and one of his friends, and like, the difference is just insane. Especially when the people that you're playing it with on voice like actually really know what they're doing as well. Like, but literally, like, I had a really bad like Friday in terms of like just getting into games with randoms and dying and stuff like that, and then literally by the end of the first day, like Friday was the first day, right, when it officially came out. By the end of Friday, I'd still only beaten 1 Night Lord, the first one. I'd done it twice, but I'd only beaten the first one. And then yesterday we did like another 3. Was it 3 or 4? No, we lost to the 4th one, the 4th new one. So I've now done 4 in total. Did I ever start link leveling her? No. I might as well. I still end up using her like all the time now with these missions and stuff, so wasn't doing anything, just oh right, okay, yeah, that's annoying. Maybe EZA details tonight according to Truth. Oh yeah, that is true actually. We don't know yet who the main EZA is, do we? But yeah, it's almost like a different game. It's like it's literally, the difference is so night and day, night, rain and day. Haha. The difference is so like stark. It basically is like, I would say it's almost a point. It's like I don't want to play it with randoms. Like, I'll get Night Rain. I refuse to pay for PS Plus. Yeah, I suppose if you've got it on PlayStation or Xbox, you have to pay for the live service, but in terms of most likely to less likely to get an EZA, Ginyu, Gammas, and Yamcha in that order. Wait, is Yamcha's older than the Gammas, right? Or are you saying he's less likely because he's not on mission execution? Because I think the Gammas are too new compared to some of the units. Not like too new to get an EZA, because I know that's the thing that people have said for ages, and it doesn't really matter necessarily. But like, they're too new compared to other characters that still need an EZA. Is how I would look at it. Because I can't remember, are they actually on, are the future androids on mission execution? Because Tech 17 and 18 are like due an EZA, and Tech LR Super 17. Yamcha came out after. Wow, really? He's that. Wow. I thought he was way older than that. I mean, in that case, the Gammas are probably a good choice, because I tried using them. I tried using Gamma 1 in the mission, like the DB Saga Red Zone mission yesterday, and oh boy, it's in Gamma 1 in slot 1 on turn 1. That has not. That is a situation that has not aged very well. I'll tell you that. But yeah, that would be good if we got that today. I'd take that. I'll take that. But yeah, shout out to everyone who's here already for the stream, nice and early. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Let's get off to a good start on the YouTube side in terms of likes to viewers. Gonna get getting our dailies done here, using some of these boosts quickly, and then I'm gonna have another try at the mission execution mission. I'm trying to work out because there's nowhere. I just realised there is no, like, general section. Because yeah, for some reason the private server that I use doesn't have the stage 7 of the DB Saga. It has Tau and like General Blue and everything, but it doesn't have stage 7 of the DB Saga thing. So I was gonna, like, after I failed to do it on my main account yesterday, then I was like, oh, I'll just do it on the private server and use Tau's team.
Right, let's do
Nope.
this.
I did what Z Broly couldn't do, best plot armor during those World Tournament streams. I know, right? The UI, the levels of UI were just off the charts for Apathy during that World Tournament weekend. Because did we have, where's the, how many Toon Ls did we have? 271, and he dodged every single one of them. Like, that's crazy. don't count them as the future androids for whatever reason. If a new Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta would come out, would you want it to be a Carnival LR or Dokkan Fest LR? I mean, Dokkan Fest LR probably means he has the higher chance of being good. Because normally what I would say is I don't really mind either way, as long as the card is good. But obviously Carnival, if we look at the anniversary especially, like Carnival LRs obviously can be hit or miss. Whereas Dokkan Fest LRs usually are better. But yeah, let me... I'll load up the private server and check it again. But... Am I the only one who's waiting for an EZA to do the missions? Possibly. I know some people like to... I think I did it myself, but like I just jumped in and did 2 extra stages of one of the ones that I've been farming. Like, to get past stage 100. Because yeah, I'm still working on getting to like stage 999 on... I say working on, I haven't really touched it in ages, but there's one, like, I think it's the 21 and Android 16 one. I'm at like stage 750 something. But yeah, this is... where's the team that I made? Right, look at this. Terrible. Yeah, maybe I should put Infat Bill on there. Because that's the thing, without the mission execution leader, like Cell isn't on here, which I think is really stupid. So I can't use STR Cell. But you think about like who are the good units on this team? Like, there's only... Wait, why is it only showing me... Why would it only show me the level 1 one? Why is it being weird? You ever notice that the game does this sometimes? Like, because like, where's my max level LRs? Like, but all I've got selected is mission execution and LR. Oh, I know. I left that on because I'm stupid. Right, there we go. Yeah, so like out of all the LRs on the category, Pycon is good. The Gammas are still okay. I mean, also, I tried looking because I thought it'd be kind of fun to try it with the heroes team of like mission execution, but like most of the good heroes units, especially like from last year, aren't even on it. Like Universe Tree Goku's not on it, Demigra's not on it, Mechikabra's not on it. Like, it's basically just the Time Patrol and then Rebel and Supreme Cloud of Time, basically. It's because I select that thing so rarely, the like level up thing, because I'm normally just throwing the new units on the team and then going from there. I completely forgot. Yeah, should probably put Fat Boo on there because he's probably like easily the best unit on the team. Put in Nail. Well, I didn't think Nail was on mission execution. I was saying good in a hit team, tech UI. Okay, and it's the super. Damn, because depending on how far through you are, like, depending on how far, how much he's like stacked and how early you transformed him, Super Saiyan 4 Goku should potentially tank that. So is it better to bring AGL Pycon or the LR Pycon? The LR is probably better, especially considering the final boss guy is Int. Alright. Physical hit instead of the Int Gammas. Wait, what? I mean, even though he's a free to play, like surely he's better than them. Well, surely the Gammas are better, I should say. To be fair, I had to use items, but I'll send you my team. Did it in 4 attempts. Yeah, someone made an interesting comment on on one of the videos. They made a comment yesterday saying that they think that they missed out some punctuation. I'm going to put it in the chat. And they should have put like a colon, and it should be this. The category should basically be this. So it's anyone who was given a mission to like take someone out. But then I suppose that doesn't make any sense why like Pycon and stuff would be on it, now that I think about it more. Let's put that in there. It's in the Dragon Ball category. Goresh said the Japanese means something along the lines of following orders. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll give this a try. Oh, we finally got the Tau OSTs are on here. I actually haven't heard these. Well, this is a seriously serious OST. It's quite slow, like slow pace, but it's very like ominous. What's his active skill one? I feel like the name in English is really stupid, yeah. Okay, this is pretty cool. Anyway, let's give it a go, shall we? Okay, so we got an interesting starting rotation. The Gammas, the LR Gammas can't go slot 1. They have to attack first. There's also got like no orbs to pick up. I want to get rid of her first because she gives you the allies -3 key, which is super annoying. But yeah, man, imagine if the Gammas got the EZA for this celebration. That would be so good. I mean, they gave the LR Gammas a battle motion, so it's not like out of the realms of possibility. I think that would be pretty awesome. Especially because like Gamma 1 would go back to being like one of those units that, like any team that he's on, just throw him on to be a slot 1 tank. Like, also in this event, like if we get to the second phase, the final boss has an unarmed super attack, so he can negate it. Oh, the STR demon guy didn't super this turn, so that's good. Yeah, the seriously serious category. Made it to the Gestural Village, nice. Yeah, Expedition 33 is just fantastic. It's game of the year, like, so far. I need to finish up a few of the, like, post, like, end game bits. But yeah, absolutely fantastic experience. Everything about it, like, it looks great, the story's great, the music's great, combat's great, like, leveling up and like the equip, like the Lumina system thing is super in-depth, like it's really good. I miss when the Gammas were meta, yeah. Oh god. I don't know how well Nail does in slot 1 here, even with like the double Wario support. Not well, that's for sure. I don't think Neo is better than AGL Pycon after seeing that, no, because AGL Pycon could have just dodged.
Alright, let's do this.
Have we got Fat Boo on turn 2? Okay, good. Okay. The starting rotation's not terrible, but just depends, as long as Gamma 1 doesn't get supered immediately. Grab those, grab these. Alright. Of course. Dodge, maybe? Bruh. Yeah, so that's the thing. This team that I have for this, like, this category is so bad. Like, what team am I supposed to use? Physical free-to-play hit can stun the first phase. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, anyone that can stun. There he is. So why can't I see him? Oh yeah, Anto, I know you did. I've seen it. I don't want to just, like, I don't want my immediate thing to just be like, oh, I'll just copy the same team that somebody else used. Okay, well, we got Fat Boo on turn 1. We've also got Gamma 1 on turn 1, which is not great because we wanted him to be our other slot 1 unit. But yeah, because then we've got no slot 1 unit on the next turn. Well, this is awkward. And I guess we just have to do this. Nice. I love when everybody misses a super by like 1 key. Alright, well, we'll just do that straight away. Try bringing a friend Tau. The only problem with the reason, actually, I don't think it will let me bring a friend Tau is because the oh great, it's a good use of the Whis there. Boo is just going to die straight away in slot 1. The Tau's not under Glorio's lead, so Tau would only be getting like his own leader skill. And then no one on the team is on Dragon Ball Seekers or Earthlings, so they're only getting the 170 lead from him. I mean, what am I even supposed to do here? Like, I mean, I guess just hope for the best with the fact that you give the tournament participants support and hope that physical free-to-play hit just dodges everything in the first turn. And he's already 1 for 2. Okay. Get this done. Right. Oh, additional. Alright, well, he lived at least, so you know, we take those. Well, the hope was that Hit was going to stun her, and then we just kill that guy. So, oh, he did. I missed the icon coming up for that. Not gonna lie. Damn, Gloria should have attacked that guy then. LR Gammas can stun with the standby. Yeah, I suppose you do want to use that like fairly quickly. Glorio just doing Glorio things. Damn. I think, do I need to use his active like skill here? Yeah, might as well get him charged up, right? AGL Super Saiyan 3 Xeno Gotenks is good for this. I mean, I guess as long as he doesn't get tagged by a super by anyone, like maybe. Because yeah, him stunning in the first phase would be good, but yeah, I need to try and get Infat to build up quite a lot, because he is going to be our slot 1 tank for this rotation. And obviously on the first turn he didn't get to do any build up because he died immediately. Bring 2 Ghost Ushers, Glorios do enough damage. Interesting. Yeah, because the last boss is in and he doesn't have a huge amount of HP. So where is she still alive? We've already used our turn 2 like buff for Pycon, so there's no real reason not to just transform him here. Then we just go ahead and use the second Whis, because Gamma 1, not sure how many times he got hit on that first rotation when we floated him off, but yes, he's still taking 84k even with the Whis up. It's kind of crazy. But he could negate the super. Of course he doesn't get supered, but 48 million for Pycon. Let's go. Sadly though, that is the thing with LR Pycon, very similarly to Tau, is like it does one big attack stat and then that's usually just it. It's a shame. Shout out to this physical free-to-play hit for being one of the better free-to-play units that we've had in a while. Like, used him a few times recently for stuff. Okay, well this works out quite nicely, because yeah, literally we can just now Ghost Usher with Pycon. I mean, I guess I could just do this for the damage and the fact that that Glorio might not actually be back again, depending on how many more turns. I don't think we'll have that many more turns. But yeah, I definitely want to give the Heroes team version a try, but obviously with the limited attempts per day, I want to just actually get it beaten. But yeah, I don't know how you like, I mean, you'd have to get incredibly lucky, but like, no iteming this with a team, like without Tau, is going to be crazy. If you used Goats active already, I'm not sure. I mean, if you mean Fat Boo, then yes. Because he got killed straight away on the first turn, so then when he came back, he had no build up at all. So if we left him in slot 1 and he got supered, we just die again. So, but that obviously let him then get a couple of supers off to get built up ready for next time. But yeah, the Pycon Ghost Usher coming in clutch. Although again, it's one of those things where if you're going to plan to use like the plan ahead and like you're going to use the Ghost Usher, you probably shouldn't, or the active skill, probably not worth using the Whis. But yeah, look at Glorio go. Man, that 5% chance to dodge that the enemy guy has kicking in, that's crazy. He has a 5% chance to dodge, and he dodged that additional super. Are you serious? He didn't negate it. Bruh. Ridiculous. Yo, Lazarus, how's it going? I did play a lot of Night Rain yesterday, but I didn't stay up that late. It's just one of those things with Dokkan banners and news and all that stuff time always being early in the morning. It's just one of those things where I always have to get up early when it comes to being around for these times. But we've got 3 attempts left. I mean, if we'd started off with a better rotation and we didn't have Boo and Gamma 1 on turn 1, it would have been slightly better. But yeah, I mean, the Heroes version of the team is definitely not what I would call good. Because who do you have to... I guess you'd have to use, like, Limit Breaker Vegio as the leader. I mean, yeah, Gotenks can stun in the early. Actually, no, he lowers attack and defense. So he's not even really that good, is he? Here, Blaze the Dragon, take it easy. Appreciate you coming out. Make sure you guys hit that like button. We'll try and figure this out. I mean, having to rely on like dodging and stuff is going to be annoying, but yeah, Pan could stun in the early turns at least. Although we need slot 1s, so we need like, I guess we'd have to use like all the good heroes slot 1s like Demigra and like Universe Tree Goku and stuff. None of them are on mission execution. Probably just take you off to put you on for the links and stuff, I guess. I suppose at least you can use, actually, yeah, at least you can use a friend Universe Tree Goku.
Alright, let's do this.
Alright. Alright, so we're going to try the mixed mission execution mission with a heroes team. But I think I probably will have to use items, but although it's like Limit Breaker for Geo in slot 1 with the Super Saiyan 4 like links and everything. It's only got 300k defense start of turn, but he does have what, 60% damage reduction. Basically, by using an item here just makes him completely invincible, but it's the next rotation I would be a bit worried about, so I think we just do it. Go for the first one here, just to ensure safety. Do this. No point targeting, type disadvantage. Do that. Do that, I guess. They all fall under the Anniversary Goku Leader skill. Yeah, I suppose that is one way of doing it as well. I guess. Kind of cheeky way of doing it, just use Tech Vegito friend. But yeah, with the Whis active, Limit Breaker Vegito has 100% damage reduction. So of course, he didn't get supered by anyone. On the turn where he literally can't take damage. I can't wait for the heroes like Super Saiyan 4 EZAs this year. Both the Limit Breaker Vegeta and Goku, the Gohan and the Bardock. Like, hopefully they don't fumble their EZAs, because like now that heroes is, you know, the celebration itself is over, but we're still just going to get the remaining EZAs. It feels like they don't really have any incentive to like make them really good, which is a shame. Okay, so this is an awkward. Well, this Goku can also stun. So if we can stun you, and then just try and get rid of her. Because again, this Xeno Super Saiyan 3 Goku has a ton of damage reduction, so with the Whis active, he can't really take damage. Didn't get the stun though. $11.7. Yeah, it's a shame we didn't have Xeno Goku on like either of the first 2 turns. Turn 1, it would have been considerably better for us to have Xeno Goku than Xeno Vegeta. Potentially just stun one of them straight away. But yeah, that is true. They do normally plan the units like super far in advance. So yeah, the 11th anniversary units, they might change minor things that are easy to change in terms of like just lines in their passive, because it's easy to change. But like in terms of who the units are, like the animations aren't necessarily finished, but they're all like planned and like being made. But yeah, the 11th anniversary units are already decided, like already set. I need Limit Breaker for Geo to actually just crit and finish her off here. Okay, like that. I knew that was going to happen. Ah, this guy gets super attacked by the type disadvantage enemy and don't counter. It's crazy how Tower's better than Blue Kaioken Goku. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, the Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4s, as long as they don't fumble their EZA, like it's almost guaranteed they'll be better than they were like on release, because on release they weren't really that great. I mean, I guess to be fair, we just need to try and kill in the first 4 turns with the Whis, and then Vegito just kills the last boss, right? Because what is his... Because, yeah, Fused Fighters, which obviously the Vegitos are on. Earthbred Fighters. Earth Protecting Heroes, Pure Saiyans. Wait, so is Pan on the leader skill? So yeah, Pan isn't on the leader skill for Goku. But we could throw him on there. Alright.
Alright, let's do this.
Okay, so we're going to try out the mission execution mission with the heroes team, but using the Tech Vegito friend strategy, because everybody on the team is a Pure Saiyan or Fused Fire. So Limit Breaker Vegito is in slot 7. So great. So yeah, I don't have any of my slot 1 units like where I need them to be. Because yeah, I have to float off Xeno Goku. Just try and get rid of her first, and then try and get Xeno Goku to stun you. Heroes units won't be in the running for Super EZAs, at least for now, right? Because they've said originally it's only going to be characters that are Dokkan Fest exclusives or LRs. But I mean, eventually one day, this is something we've talked about quite a bit before, but eventually one day they'll have to start Super EZAing non-Dokkan Fest and LRs, because we'll get to the point where we're Super EZAing characters who are newer than a bunch of really old EZA units that don't have Super EZAs. It just depends then what they want to do about that, if anything. So of course Xeno Goku didn't stun, but with the Whis active he's got more than enough damage reduction that he can't take damage. Goku gets damage reduction on the first turn, so with the Whis active, he shouldn't be able to take damage here either. So hopefully he can stun you. If I float off Vegito, he comes back on turn 5. And that's when we'll be out of Whis coverage, and then that's when we just hopefully have already done the first phase. That's going to be the problem. We ideally need to do the first phase in 4 turns, but we don't have a lot of like damage output. Goku gets the stun. Not getting crits though, unfortunately. But yeah, that's fine. Goku has, I think it's like 50% damage reduction on the first turn. So with a Whis he has 90%. Shame they can't be attack lowered, but... Vegeta here hopefully being able to do some damage. Well, actually, I just thought, what is... Oh yeah, because fortunately Limit Breaker Vegito, part of his leader skill is Fused Fighters, which obviously the tech Vegito is on, of course. Do one more. There we go, perfect. Yeah, new friend point LR when dead concept. Yeah, that banner hasn't been, apart from the anniversary special when you go crazy on summons so that you can get Kais. Like, there's no reason for that banner to even exist anymore. Okay, well the good thing is, like, we have our other Whis, but we don't have to use it now on this turn because the only enemy on the rotation is stunned. So that gives us that extra turn. Also, this is Limit Breaker Vegito's first turn. Limit Breaker Vegito being in slot 7, in some situations can obviously be bad because we wanted him to be our major slot 1 character, but obviously in terms of him, like, his passive lasting longer is obviously good for him to be coming into play a bit later on. Is he going to finish him off here? Yes, with a crit. Okay. Alright. Let's put on a bit more of a... this one. Okay, so again, we can just go ahead and... now on this turn, we can just go ahead and Whis. Which means Xeno Goku will be fine in slot 1 even if he gets supered. I'll try and set up orbs for Vegito potentially. Let's do that. But yeah, this guy gets minus 10% with each Ki Blast Super received, up to the maximum of minus 50, and then he gets 10% attack every turn. So because all of these guys on this first turn basically all do Ki Blast Super attacks, we just massively nerf his attack in this first turn, whilst also having a Whis active. Because yeah, now as long as Vegeta gets 1 additional super as well, that's 5 Ki Blast Supers in the turns. That's already him at the minus 50%. And we're not doing insane damage, but that's kind of what Vegito's going to be for right on the next turn. And we have a lot of physical units. Yeah, 50% attack nerf and then a Whis. He wasn't going to do any damage. Alright, well. This is where the fun begins. It's the almost heroes agenda, right? Because this kind of level of success with this run, like, this wouldn't be possible without the Tech Vegito friend, who of course isn't a heroes unit, but you know, we'll take it. So we've now got the Super Vegito plus Limit Breaker Vegito's rotation. The Super's at the end. Not that it really matters here, but But yeah, this is just one of those things for a lot of missions for these red zone stages. It's like if you can build a team, because the mission itself is for you to use 6 mission execution characters. So for any of these kind of category missions, if you can build a team where you can then just bring Tech Vegito as the friend, he can just like hard carry the run. And do that. Get him his full key. Do that. Do that. And then off we go. Then the only scary part would be for this run if we somehow didn't kill him in this turn. But I mean, just from that last counter damage, like imagine how much he's going to do post super, and then we still have both the Super Saiyan 4 Vegetos to attack as well. Because this guy has what, like 190 million HP, which is not going to be a lot against the all these crit counters. Let's see, how much does this do now post super? Yeah, it's almost a full bar of his HP. And how many times is he attacking again? Like another 6. Of course, and don't forget as well, every time Vegito gets hit, he's actually doing more damage with his next counter, right? So, and then we got Limit Breaker Vegito linked up with the Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, so he's getting his full like setup here. And this is what, like 3 more attacks in the middle? Yeah, that basically is a full bar now, right? So that's it. The tiniest sliver of health for good old physical Super Saiyan 4 Vegito to come in and get the finish. But there you go, the full Vegito rotation taking out Shula. So there you go. It took multiple attempts. Mission execution is definitely not a great category. Shout out to anyone, like let me know down below, like if you manage to do mission execution without Tau, and especially like with no items as well, then GG, because that would be absolutely crazy. But there we go. So mission execution, mission done. Let me know how you guys got on with this mission down below in the comment section, whether you used items or not. Let me know what team you used. But yeah, so that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one. Alright, well, we got that run finished, like, just in time, didn't we? So, yeah, EZA... So, it is Ginyu and his banner units. That's what a lot of people did say, because there were 3 spaces in the files, like, back to back, because there's 3. And, like, that's what a lot of people were saying. It could be Ginyu and both of his things. Alright, well, let me message my thumbnail guy here quick. God, I'm not going to look at them until I actually read like on the for the video, but please like add mission execution to their like passives, because otherwise, bruh, they're not going to be of any use to like the team. Alright, so just gotta wait for them to post the second one. But hey, we did it with the Heroes team. Let's go. Sort of, with Vegio. Vegio, the honorary Heroes team member. Alright, so let me bring up YouTube. And bring up the stream. Yeah, shout out to Thumbnail Guy. True. Right, did they post the second one yet? Because the second one will be Ginyu Goku. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Let's bring this up here so I can see the chat. Okay. So I need to maximize this. Let's put a different OST on. Actually, if I take the shuffle off and put this one back on, then it will go into the other Kale and Caulifla one, and those are both good background ones. Alright. Here we go. Hey guys, Marsinkin here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so we just got the announcement for the EZAs for the first part of this Tau celebration. A lot of people had kind of predicted this with, once we saw the banner lineup, AGL Captain Ginyu, but we are also getting the EZAs for STR, Raccoon and Guldo, and Int, Jace and Berta, the banner units. So this is very good. Proton had pointed out in the files that where the space was for the next EZA, there were 3 spaces like next to each other with the back-to-back like ID things. So I did see someone straight away, I think Monato might have mentioned it quite early on as well, that this could be Ginyu and both of his banner units, because this is the kind of thing we want them to do for buffing these teams. Like just EZAing Ginyu and not EZAing both of these guys would be super annoying, because like when else would they get an EZA? Would we ever get another like Ginyu Force sort of themed celebration in the future? So them getting their EZAs at the same time are definitely very, very good and very beneficial for this team. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and jump in and see what they do. I have not looked at the details at all, so this will be the information for you guys as well as my first reaction to seeing these. Hopefully they're good. I mean, considering we literally just got the Tech, Kale and Caulifla EZA, and that came out as like them being pretty much the new best EZA TUR. Hopefully, because Ginyu, remember, was an argument for being the best TUR when he originally released. So let's go ahead and take a look. So obviously he leads Terrifying Conquerors or Planet Namek Saga, 170, additional key 1 and attack and defense 30% for Space Traveling Warriors. No real difference here. We know for like 200% leads now, their EZAs, they just get 1 extra key to the plus 30% category. So, you know, that is what it is. So passive skill details, attack and defense 200%, launches an additional attack that has a high chance to become a super, damage reduction 20%, then Ginyu Force allies 1 key, attack and defense 60%, and chance to crit 20%. So pretty good support, but unfortunately is still just Ginyu Force. When attacking with 12 or more key, 150% attack and defense, which is pretty good. Per Ginyu Force ally on the team, attack and defense 20% up to 100. When there's another Ginyu Force ally on the team, attacks effective against all types and a high chance to launch an additional super. And then for one turn from the character's entry turn, or when HP is 70% or more at the start of the turn, chance to crit and damage reduction 30%. That's interesting. So obviously Ginyu Force allies, it doesn't say self-excluded, so with his own support, that means he has 50% chance to crit, he has 30% damage reduction. With the Ginyu Force ally on the team, that means he has 2, well, 1 is a guaranteed additional attack that has a high chance to become a super, And then the Ginyu Force Ally one is just high chance to launch an additional. So that means 50% chance he does an additional super, 50% chance he does nothing. Whereas obviously the first one is the preferable type of additional, where he'll do an additional normal at the bare minimum. But then obviously it has a 50% chance for it to be a super. Honestly, it's a bit disappointing that all of these parts of his passive are still just Ginyu Force. Like, especially releasing in this celebration, it would have been really, really good for them to make this Ginyu Force or mission execution. But yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. But obviously with the right allies and everything, seems pretty good. Decent start of turn defense, obviously then getting a buffed 150 with 30% damage reduction. It's probably not going to be a slot 1, right? But certainly looks decent enough. It's because his super attack effect is that he infinitely stacks defense. Raise attack for 1 turn does immense damage. So after the first couple of turns, if you get lucky with that super attack RNG, then his defense could be relatively good start of turn. But it's the fact he then gets 150 on super, which kind of leans to him not really being a slot 1 unit. So I mean, that seems okay. None of this really shouts out like him being super crazy. He is going to have a lot of stats, especially with like Ginyu Force allies. But remember, to get this max thing, he needs to have 5 Ginyu Force allies on the team. So that's a bit... yeah. And so then when he transforms into the Ginyu Goku, recovers 59% HP, once only, obviously, once he transforms. Ki +1, attack and defense 250. Additional attack then becomes a great chance of becoming a super. Attacks effective against all types of 50% damage reduction. When attacking, attack 150, chance to crit 50%, and a great chance to launch an additional super. When receiving an attack, defense 150 and chance to evade 50%. When there's an ally whose name includes Jace on the team, foresees enemy super attacks. So basically the parts of his passive that were like high chance for the additional super, or the later one as well, they're both raised to great chance, which is interesting. Bearing in mind as well, his active skill condition can't change. So to transform into Ginyu Goku is when HP is 70% or less starting from the 4th turn. But yeah, he has the when receiving an attack gets a defense buff. So after you stacked with him in base and then you transform, he could then potentially go in slot 1, because depending what his start of turn defense is, as soon as he then takes a hit, he gets an extra 150%. And then gets 50% chance to dodge, whilst also having 50% damage reduction. So that seems pretty good. And then yeah, just having a Jace on the team, he has a Scouter, which of course we have the banner unit EZA as well. And then after transforming, his super attack is greatly raise attack and does immense damage to the enemy. So he doesn't get any defense on super, but he greatly raises attack, which means if you do get the turn where he does 3 or 4 supers, he's going to be doing like some pretty decent damage. So, I mean, yeah, he seems okay. Obviously, the biggest problem is him being restricted to Ginyu Force, at least in his base. Like, once you transform, he doesn't have that. But, yeah, a little bit disappointing, because obviously you want all these extra stats early on so he can be strong enough to survive and build up. And then once he transforms, it doesn't matter whether he has Ginyu Force allies on the team or not. So, I mean, post-transformation, I can imagine him being pretty good, but... let's have a look. So, Rikuma and Guldo, remember, these guys were a super good, like, slot 1 when they came out, and, like, for Ginyu's team. So, let's see what we're looking at here for these guys. Leader skill, obviously not really important. Namek Saga 150. Attack and defense 200%. Damage reduction 30%. Great chance to go... Why? Why is it not just guarantee? Okay, well, it's the bottom part, isn't it? Great chance of guarding all attacks. Seals the attacked enemy super. After guard is activated, defense 100%. Launch an additional attack that has a high chance to become a super. When attacking with 12 or more ki, 50% extra attack and defense. For each attack received, attack and defense 20% up to 100. And then when there's an ally whose name includes Ginyu in the same turn, they have guaranteed guard, an extra 30% damage reduction before attacking, and stuns the attacked enemy. So they have guard, and will have 60% damage reduction. Every hit they take, they're building up. They have guard. They get the extra defense. Like, I mean, they seem like they could be decent still, but like, you have to run them with a Ginyu. And also, this is after guard is activated, right? So they are going to be, if I'm correct in the way this wording works, right? This is not when guard is activated. So the first hit they take, they don't get this 100% extra defense. They get that afterwards. So if the first attack of the turn they take is a super, they'll take more damage than if it was the second attack of the turn, right? But I mean, they could still be good. Guard and 60% damage reduction is obviously a pretty good place to start, especially with 200% attack and defense start of turn. Ginyu obviously is providing that bit of support in the early turn when he's in base, which gives them the chance to take these hits and get built up. So yeah, I mean, they could be decent. They're obviously nothing fancy. They just are a guard and damage reduction like character. And their super attack greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn. Supreme damage and greatly lowers attack and defense. So, I mean, they're decent. It'd be interesting to see, though, with these kind of numbers, like in a difficult event, like say you jump into like Red Zone Jiren. By the time you get to the final phase, they're going to be fully built up, right? So they've got this extra 100% here. But like start of turn, are they going to be tanking a 6 million damage super attack? I don't know. I guess we'll have to see what the numbers are looking like, because it's all going to be down to when they're fully built up, what is their start of turn defense. Because if they don't get this extra 100% until after they get hit once, that's going to be pretty awkward for them taking like big hits. But yeah, I mean, they could be okay. They're very basic damage reduction guard, slot 1 tank, but we'll see. And then Jace and Berta, I mean, these guys, I don't think they were particularly great. They certainly weren't like Rakumen Guldo level on release. So let's take a look. So they've got Space Traveling Warriors as their lead. Attack and defense 200%. Additional attack that has a high chance to become a super. 70% chance to dodge. Space Traveling Warriors or Special Pose allies 3 key, attack and defense 40%. For every attack performed, they get attack and defense 50% up to 200%. When receiving a super attack, they have an extra 10% chance to dodge. So when they get supered, they have 80% chance to dodge, the super specifically. And then when there's an ally whose name includes Ginyu attacking in the same turn, they get an extra 10% chance to dodge within the turn before receiving an attack. So they have 80% until they get hit, and then it drops to 70. And if they get supered before they get hit, they have a 90% chance to dodge that super. And then all allies attack and defense 30% for 2 turns. So they've got 2 turn support, which is good. But yeah, I mean, realistically, if you look at their like defensive mechanics, they are relying on dodge, right? 200% defense start of turn, and then they build up a little bit by attacking. But again, like by the time you get to the end of a very difficult event, they might have enough stats based on everyone else on the rotation and potential extra support they're getting to be able to tank a normal or 2 without dying. But like, they're obviously going to die to supers. They do have the increased chance to dodge those super attacks. So, I mean, that's okay, but... And then their super attack is raise attack and defense for 1 turn, supreme damage to the enemy, raise allies attack and defense 20% by 1 turn. See, the frustrating thing about this part of their design, so they raise allies attack and defense 20% for 1 turn, and they have this extra 10% chance to dodge before receiving an attack. Those are abilities that would obviously make them really good in slot 1, but very, very risky to put these guys in slot 1. I mean, I guess once they've attacked 4 times and have their full build-up, like, they're not going to get much higher than that defense-wise. So, if you put them in slot 1 at that point, like, that's going to be, you know, that's their defense and it's dodge or die time. 80% chance to dodge until they receive the first hit. So, I mean, there are certain situations where as long as the RNG was on your side, you could get away with putting them in slot 1. And then you get that buff for the allies, but it's attack and defense, so it is good. The only problem is, like, this would be fine if you were running like a Ginyu Force team, right? Because you could have Rakumen Guldo slot 1 on 1 rotation, these guys slot 1 on the other rotation, and then they both have a Ginyu on rotation with them. But the problem is both of these guys want a Ginyu on rotation for them to get their full passive, which doesn't really help when it comes to this celebration and the release of the mission execution team, where if you were running them like with Tau, for example, you're only going to have 1 Captain Ginyu. So, and then of course if you're running a setup where you have like Rakumen Guldo and AGL Ginyu as 1 rotation, and then Tau and someone else, let's say General Blue for as an example, on the other rotation, you've then got the spare Mercenary Tau floating, which he doesn't really do much for the team as a floating unit. So, I don't know, this is interesting. I mean, just by looking at what he does, like, Ginyu is probably not on the level of Tech Kale and Caulifla. And then the banner units are, like, I don't know, decent, but they don't seem anything super crazy. I mean, how well Raccoon and Guldo are going to tank in slot 1, like pre-attack, like as the, you know, tanking these slot 1 hits. How well they're able to do that will potentially be the do or die for whether they're actually good or not. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Captain Ginyu, Raccoon and Guldo, Jason Berta, EZAs. Are they good? Are they bad? Let me know all your thoughts down below. But yeah, I guess we'll see how we get on. Once we get the data download, obviously we'll do the team building guide. I will do showcases for them. So yeah, hopefully they will be good, but we will have to wait and see. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one. Alright. So, chat, what do we think? Raccoon and Guldo EZAs. Jason Berta, Captain Ginyu. They're all EZAing, but are they any good? Well, there's some calcs already, so like, let's have a look at Captain Ginyu. So start of turn defense turn 1, 300k. Post super 975. With an additional 1.2 mil. And then he has what? 30% damage reduction? That's without Ginyu Force allies. With 5 Ginyu Force allies, which is his full passive. 383 start of turn, 1.2 after supering. With 8 super attack effect stacks, he has 1.3 million start of turn, which then puts him to 3.5 after supering. And then once you transform into Ginyu Goku, if you've already stacked, like if you've already done 8 supers by the time he transforms, he basically has a million defense start of turn. So when he receives an attack, he goes up to 2.4 and has 50% damage reduction. I mean, that means he takes what? He would still take, what, 500k from a 6 mil super? Yeah, Goku Ginyu, like him not getting defense on super feels like an oversight. That, like, why? He's not like that crazy. So full details for AGL, Ginyu, STR, Raccoon, and Guldo, and Int, Jace. And there's a lot of ints. There's a lot of ands in this tile. Just getting this uploaded here. Probably never use the Ginyu Force other than Clash anyway. Yeah, fair. Ginyu, Jace, Berta, Raccoon, Guldo, EZA, Sub EZA. I mean, hey, at least they remembered Sub EZAs exist for this. Need a red zone Ginyu to be hardest fight in the game. Well, bear in mind the red zone for this celebration is DB Saga, so if they're going to add more stages, which I feel like they might still, because we've got one straight away at the start of the celebration, we could get another one still. Captain Ginyu's not on Battle of Wits. Actually, yeah, that's true. He probably should be, huh? All things considered. But then, you know, any questions ever of why a certain character isn't on a category that they should be on, the answer is just always because Dokkan. Dokkan has just always had issues with like certain categories either not making sense or not having the characters that should be on them like. But yeah, let me put the yeah, make sure you guys help out the channel, even if you were here for the reading of the details of the characters. Do open up the link for the video, let it play for a bit, obviously help the channel get some views and some watch time. Leave a comment over there saying that you came over from the stream, and I will heart all of those comments. Appreciate you guys, because obviously it's one of those things, doing it on the stream, like if you were here it means technically you don't need to watch the video, but then obviously that's not good for me. So it's one of those things, if you guys like actually going through the news stuff live rather than whenever there's news me just having to end the stream to make a video, then helping to make sure that the videos actually get views is obviously very, very helpful for me. So make sure you do check that out. Make sure you like the stream as well if you have not already. And just make sure this is all set up already. Yeah, Wrath, how's it going? Yeah, I don't think the celebration will be purely Daima, but remember that they can do stuff like, if they bring out Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku, because he is a Super Saiyan 4, then they could just EZA Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. Like, it doesn't matter that he's not from Daima, because he just is another Super Saiyan 4. So I think they could definitely just do stuff like that. Yeah, it's like, it'd be weird if it wasn't Daima at this point, because they've waited so long to, like Legends has Super Saiyan 4 Goku and add-on Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, like... Right, update the thumbnail. That is a loud car alarm outside. One more hint, first one Frieza returned in the Tanabata time slot last year. This year that'd be Mini Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Oh, okay. Yeah, him being on the banner with like the new things. Alright, that's better. Yo, shout out to Jade Rex for re-upping their membership for 18 months. Let's go. In LR Ginyu Force will live again. I mean, that's the thing I was thinking. I should have mentioned it while reading out their details. Is like, is it too late for the in LR Ginyu Force? Because Ginyu needs Ginyu Force allies on his team. But like, who else are you going to run? You've got him and the 2 EZAs. Then, if the LR is still usable, you've got the LR. But in total, he needs to have 5 Ginyu Force allies for him to be good. I mean, I guess technically you could run like the friend Ginyu to run like an actual Ginyu Force team. But what was the other part of his leader skill again? The space traveling warriors, I can't remember. You can use Topo. Yeah, but that's the thing. You need to have, like, because you got to have enough Ginyu Force allies for it to work. Or for him to be as good as he could be. I left the intros on from doing the, or the animations on from doing the end of that red zone run. Daima's the hypest choice. Yeah, I mean, if Daima isn't the, like, global Dokkan campaign, I feel like it is just a massive fumble at this point. Like, they've waited so long compared to the other games that have the Daima stuff already. Like, I know that game's going to keep getting updated until the inevitable heat death of the universe, but like Xenoverse 2 has all this Daima stuff already. Cybermen are on mission execution. Yes. Let's get the EZA for that STR Cybermen army, like April Fool's card. We need that. Daima, I'm hoping for Tanabata. Well, Tanabata, we don't know what that's going to be anymore. But that's not going to be until, like, what, September, October time? And it's one Dokkan Fest LR and a Carnival LR. Like, I think if we've waited all this time for Daima, we should just be getting all the big, like, cool stuff and not just 2 units. Extreme Tech is, like, the worst one. Well, actually, no, to be fair, we've got the Texel EZA kind of carries it a little bit. I don't think I even have AGL Ginyu. That's unfortunate. Because, yeah, it seems like he's going to be pretty decent. He's obviously not, like, super crazy or anything. I want Tanabata to be Future Saga. Yeah, that would be good. Blue Goku and plus Blue Vegeta, and then Goku Black plus Zamasu, yeah. I did see a lot of people saying that maybe they are working on Xenoverse 3, and that's the reason why the new, like, DLC character models are so big. Because they're, like, massive in comparison to all the other characters, which is weird. Yeah, exactly. They waited so long for Beast. That's the thing. You'd think they would learn from that and not do that again, but... At least that would be the hope. But... I still play Xenoverse 2. I mean, that's the thing, like, Xenoverse 2 was fun, like, when it first came out and everything. I played it loads with one of my friends. But yeah, it's kind of crazy that it's still, after all these years, it's, like, still going, rather than them actually, like, doing something new. Okay. Goku becoming that big makes sense when you look at how small Goma looks next to him compared to when Vegeta fought him. Doesn't he get bigger though, as well? I can't remember. Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta's too big. You want Xenoverse 3 to be good. You want Xenoverse 2 to keep making money. And money will go towards 3. But that's the thing, it's been years now. Like, years and years of DLC. Like... And also, remember, it's the same company that makes Legends. Like... I imagine each of the DLC packs for Xenoverse must still sell, like, relatively well. Otherwise, you would think they would have stopped doing them by now. So... yeah, I don't know. I just imagine how good a Xenoverse 3 could be. I mean, it's been years now, so it feels like that wouldn't even be an important part of the story anymore. But, like, yeah, I always had the idea for, like, Xenoverse 3 being a proper full-on, like, Time Patrol versus the Timebreakers, like, war. And when you make your custom character, you pick which side you're on, and you have, like, a different campaign for both. And then finally actually add, like, you know, the Timebreaker mask as an accessory for your character. It's absolutely insane that you can't have that. But yeah, all the different ones from Heroes, because there's so many different variations now. So if you join the Timebreaker, like, faction, there's so many different types of Timebreaker mask, and they could add in a few random custom differences, like, as well. Still fighting for the rights to put more Heroes characters into Xenoverse 3, because yeah, that would be great if they could do that as well. Because then Timebreakers versus the, like, Time Patrol, you could actually have all of the crazy heroes, like Mechikabra. I mean, Demigra obviously was in the boss of the original Xenoverse, but, like, the Demon King Demigra from last year's Heroes, like, all sorts of crazy stuff. Back to bed. Hey, no worries, Jade Rex. Take it easy. Yeah, the character creation will be so much better now with more races, hairstyles, etc. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the other thing that I'd always wanted them to do as well, which they hadn't done originally, is make it so that when you make your custom character, if you're a Saiyan, because it's like, people have done this with mods, right? But if you're a Saiyan character, like, make it so that in your character creation, rather than just picking your single, like, hair, which then just doesn't change at all but turns yellow when you become a Super Saiyan, you should be able to pick your base form hair and then your Super Saiyan hair. Because I want a thing like, you know, like, imagine like Trunks, right? So you could have your base form hair be like a ponytail, but then when you go Super Saiyan, it's like the long hair Trunks, where it's, like, big and out everywhere, because the ponytail, like, obviously the band breaks and the hair all spikes up, like, but you can't do that. If you have a character that has hair that's, like, down, like mine, like long down, like, straight hair, and then you go Super Saiyan, it's just that hair but yellow, which is kind of disappointing. Like, obviously then when you go Super Saiyan 3, you just get the default Super Saiyan 3 hair. Although obviously now that we have the Daima one, that would be cool as well. You could pick whether your character has Goku or Vegeta's Super Saiyan 3 hair. But yeah, there's loads of stuff that they could do to make Xenoverse more, like, because that's why Xenoverse was always so cool, is because it's the one where you have all the customization options for making, like, custom characters and stuff. Because yeah, it could be just like the normal, like the other transformations. So, like, if you transform into God, it's your base hair but red, and then when you go blue, it's the Super Saiyan hair that you picked but blue. Like, yeah, there's a lot of options that they could add, which would be quite easy to do. That would make it very, 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 very cool. Yeah, unsurprisingly, Pycon has the highest defense. Because, I mean, obviously, because of his EZA, like, he is the newest character, so... But yeah, Xenoverse 3 would have a lot of really interesting options, but it's just a case of like, will they ever actually get around to doing it, or will they just keep doing Xenoverse 2 forever? And like I said, if the DLC packs for Xenoverse always continue to sell like well, then it's almost like they don't really have any incentive to make a new game. Whereas wanting to be able to pick aura and key blast color, yeah, and have that apply to generic moves, like yeah, that would be really cool as well, because that's another big part of like character customization, being able to change stuff like that. That would be cool. Yeah, creating your own ultimate moves would be cool. It wouldn't be super, like, it'd have to not be super in-depth, but, like, kind of like the creator finisher things from, like, older SmackDown games, where you have, like, you take the certain parts and put them together. So kind of like, you know how, like, the AGL Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks in Dokkan does the burning Kamehameha, like, hand thing, and then just does that and does the Kamehameha. Like, you'd be able to make stuff like that. So you could put in, like, the first part of the animation is doing the burning, like the burning attack hand thing, and then change it to something else. Like you could have like, it could be separate sections and you just pick from like the existing animations, because otherwise it can't be too in-depth. Like you can't make your own whole animations from the ground up, obviously, but even just something like that where you pick, like, you know, each Ultra Super can be like maybe 3 or 4 sections. And then in each one of those, and you don't have to use all of them, but you have like 4 sections you could use, and then you just use those to put in different parts of like other animations. Like that could be super cool. Final Gallic gun. I mean, dude, you'd have some really cool options. It would be so good. Yeah. But again, these are all ideas that would be super cool, but like, will we ever actually see Xenoverse 3? And then even if we do, will they do stuff like that? Who knows? But that would just be awesome. But yeah, we'll see. I wonder what the next Dragon Ball game will be, because Sparking Zero is one of those things where it's like dropped off like very quickly. People, okay, it's one of those, it really feels like a really big example of like overpromised and underdelivered kind of thing. But yeah, I wonder if they'll Super EZA like physical LR Ginyu. That would be cool. LR in Ginyu gets his respect. I don't know, like, is he gonna be good enough, like, at this point? Is it going to be an AGL Chaos situation where it's like the units that came out to help him are just way too late? That's the main thing that I worry about when it comes to the Ginyu Force. Because I'm pretty sure I have them, but they might, I think they're only at like 55% or something. So then especially at that like level, they're not going to be insane. Finish him off here. Gonna be close. Beast didn't get hit first, I'm not sure. Special post missions are a pain. I mean, they'll be good for that. Sparking Zero still feels unfinished. I think we will get a sequel for it, which will be the game we should have got. I mean, that's the thing, though. That's not how those things should work, right? Like, if anything, if they're going to bring out... Imagine if they brought out a sequel in only, like, 2 years' time or something, and it is, quote-unquote, like, the game that Sparking Zero should have been. Like, people should be mad at that and, like, not buy it. Because it's like, it should have been the game it was supposed to be the first time around. Like... But yeah, I'm super disappointed. Like, I've considered that to be one of my bigger regrets in terms of like gaming stuff from last year, is actually buying that game on release and buying the actual like limited edition one and everything. Because that's one of those things I talked about on a stream ages ago. Just got suckered in by the like, oh well, it's Dragon Ball, so of course I'm gonna get it. Like, and I'm sure it'll be good because I love Dragon Ball. But yeah, it's just very disappointing. I did the same with Kakarot. I bought Kakarot the day it came out, played it for one evening, and then never played it again because I didn't like it. Needed to be delayed another year. Yeah, exactly. What do you think the potential fourth? I was gonna say, if you were gonna say about potential fourth EZA, I don't know. I think them giving us 3. I mean, technically it's just 1. Because it's going to be one like EZA event, which hopefully they'll do the thing where we just get missions so that like you only have to beat it once and then it gives you all the medals for Ginyu, Rakuman Guldo and Jason Berta. Yeah, I think super. The more I see people saying about stuff, like the super EZA for physical Ginyu Force seems like it could be pretty likely, which is definitely very interesting. Don't know the way the combat feels in Xenoverse more than Sparking Zero. Movement feels better. There's much more variety in character combos. Sparking Zero, every character has largely the same combo. I mean, it's just one of those things again. Like I feel like for me, I just fell for like the Dragon Ball hype like trap because I know I don't like fighting games. I just thought it was going to have a lot more single player. Like they made it sound like with all the creator like what if kind of stuff, there would be a lot more single playery cool like customizable things to do, but yeah, it didn't really pan out that way. I don't think there's. I thought Proton there was 4 things in the files for EZAs, wasn't there? Let me double check. What was Proton? Because Proton made a post about it the other day. I thought there was only 3. Oh no, we have a gap of 2 IDs in the card awakening routes between Int Hit and Tech Mecha Freezer. There's no IDs between Tech Mecha Freezer and Mercenary Tau. This implies 4 EZA TURs are missing. Interesting. Interesting.
Do you want to taste the power
of the ultimate android? Hey, shout out to Bogdan for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate you. Okay, well this is not the craziest rotation. Well, Trunks can be attack lowered at least. Yeah, it's taken me all the way until now to get around to doing the battlefield reset thing, which I needed to do today because obviously it resets tomorrow for like the weekly missions. So, but yeah, this is my first time doing it with Trunks being tech. Yeah, like the Gohan Black campaign thing was super awesome. That was one of the big things that everybody talked about. Like that was really, really fun. But like, yeah, there's just overall, I feel like the game was just a massive letdown. And for people who do like it and still play it and stuff, like that's, you know, obviously fair enough. But like I said, I don't entirely blame, like, oh, it's so terrible, like, you know, I realise that a lot of the blame lies with me for just being in the whole, like, wow, it's Dragon Balls, I have to get it, like... But yeah, definitely a disappointment overall, I would say. But it is what it is. I suppose it's one of those things, like at some point I should really load it up and just give it another go, like just offline, just to see if any of the new stuff, if like anything they've added is actually interesting or fun. Because considering I got the limited edition version, it comes with all of the DLC. But I've not played it since like pretty much the first like week or 2 from when it came out. So anything that's come out like from release, I haven't like seen or in game. I've seen people posting some like screenshots and like people talking about it and stuff. But yeah. One big nitpick for me is the lack of aura change items. BT3 was much more customizable. Yeah, that's the thing I think a lot of people were looking forward to, is like the cash, like the creatable stuff. Like whatever it is, whether it's the campaign thing, like missions and stuff, just like the idea of a bunch of different stuff you could create and customize yourself. And then at least on release as well, like right at the start, it just really wasn't anything that like crazy. Which, I mean, I guess it takes time. Like for playing the stuff that other people make as well, like it takes time for people to learn to use the tools and everything. But I fell for the hype. Yeah, no, I'm exactly the same. Like, we timed this about right. We should literally just finish this Trunks thing. As long as Trunks doesn't suddenly destroy us, we should What does Godly Power do? Attack 15% and crit chance. That probably is better. Peter and Trunks EZA and Battle Mode. Oh, dude, that's going to be so good. Yeah, that's something massively looking forward to that. What do you think about an update that lets us customize our own links? I don't think they would ever do that. Like, even with limits, I think that would be way too powerful of like a thing. It would be cool, but because then, yeah, you could take characters that would be really good in a lot of situations but don't have the best links and then just change them. But yeah, I don't think I could see that being a thing that they would do. Cool though it would be. Oh yeah, see, even because he can be attack lowered, even with Trunks actually hitting Whis with the super, it basically didn't do anything. And then of course Whis dodged every single thing after that. So great. Is the new summon points thing replacing memorial stones? I mean, I guess it could. They've not said anything about that at all. So I would say at this point there's no reason necessarily to think that it definitely is going to, but I suppose it could technically. There you go. Get Giant Ape Kid Gohan to finish him off. Yeah, that int Bond of Master and Disciple build for like my super int team is obviously very very strong defensively, so that works quite nicely. Get all our free stones, and there we go. Battlefield reset done. Up to 612, let's go. The goal is to be as close to 1,000 for the Global Dokkan campaign as possible, so doing pretty well so far. But yeah, there we go. So got the Battlefield reset done. We got the execution mission done for the DB Saga Red Zone. That'll be up a little bit later on today. We also obviously have the interesting Ginyu Force EZAs. But yeah, I guess we'll see. Definitely would be cool to see physical LR Ginyu get a super EZA, but again, we'll have to see how things go. But that's going to be it for the stream. I appreciate you guys coming out. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, give a follow if you're on the Twitch side, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.